Good evening, gentlemen, and good evening, ladies, if you're watching. Threw together a slideshow. I wanted to make a video on how to become the most ferociously masculine version of yourself, how to become the Tyler Durden in your own fight club, right? Tyler Durden is the man who whispers into your ear what you really want to do, the way you really want to live your life. Um, it's just a better way to live. And we can never reach it 100%, but we can align ourselves with it. Um, we can forget our bitch voice. We can listen to our boss voice for sure, certainly. But I titled it How to Drastically Increase Your Testosterone, Become a Hyper Masculine Version of Yourself, right? Become the Ubermensch. Picture here equality is a false god, a lion absolutely feasting on a zebra. Because naturally, in nature, equality does not exist. Equality is literally something out of a fairy tale. There's people who are better, there's people who are worse, there's people who are born better, will always be better. There's people that are born worse will and can work their way to be better. There's an infinite combination of differences in the universe, and to say that one is the same and we can't compete and this and that, and it's just this whole notion of equality seems to try to eliminate competition, I would say. But anyways, let's get into it. Got me hitting the squat, got a wolf feasting on the liver of a bison, got me in front of a 30-foot pallet tall bonfire. So I started it with testosterone is tanking on average over the last 100 years. Well, I actually say testosterone is mainly tanking since 1950. Um, but to start with that, I started with a photo of a beach in North Carolina in 1950. Notice how men are in good shape, women are in great shape, looking great, and it's almost 100% of everyone. I could have put up 20 more pictures that were just like that in California, New York, wherever. A nice healthy America. These people had lifestyles that were considered less healthy than ours. They smoked cigarettes, they drank soda, milkshakes, they didn't work out, they ate cheeseburgers, hot dogs, they ate bread, lard, butter. They had, but they had lower obesity and disease rates. And they were more hormonally healthy, like we highlighted. The testosterone nanograms per deciliter is going down. So why is that? Must be these cheeseburgers are not the problem. Their milkshakes weren't the problem. Even the sugar wasn't that bad. They drank soda. So what was the problem, or what is the problem now? That's the question. And when you do some digging, there's a lot better content out here on this. But I just like to put my spin on it, like to put my message out there. And if everyone was saying this, my mission would be accomplished. So I'm just putting a dent in the universe in respects for that. But saturated fat is not the problem. These people ate plenty of that. They ate plenty of red meat. They were even eating a lot of sugar. But it's the mega processed foods with chemicals, seed oils, fake sugar, corn syrups, soy. Um, the fake sugar is the corn syrup. The GMO and the soy, they spray all that with glyphosate and atrazine pesticides. And they're all, mashed up together with whatever other chemicals assembly line for your consumption so you can look like this. And then they can put it on Cosmopolitan magazine and tell you it's healthy because we are literally being brainwashed. And then I just listed a few ingredients, like they'll put this in, your pepperoni, your everything, your ham. They'll put titanium dioxide in women's tampons. They put it in sunscreen. They put an ingredient that gives you cancer in sunscreen. And you shouldn't even really be wearing sunscreen. You should be getting your vitamin D. Okay. And then phosphoric acid, that's in Coca Cola. And you're supposed to call poison control if you get any on you when it's not in Coca Cola. So, hey, I'm just a messenger. So many other cancer causing things on the ingredient lists of these processed foods. And this is the product that it's creating. Um, Unhealthy people. Not even going to insult. I feel bad for this person. I feel bad for people like that. I truly hope that they get better. So we'll have a deep dive into seed oils, which are soybean, vegetable oil, canola oil, peanut oil, sunflower oil. Um, you know, they're made in factories. They're made, and they were originally made for machine shops. They were made for drilling metal parts, making things on the assembly line. Making, let's say, a bracket for my Ford F-150. Have to drill holes through it. Have to have et cetera, et cetera. Um, yeah, they're not meant to be consumed for people. They're highly bleached. They're refined. They're deodorized, and they're treated with chemical compounds. And this is part of the reason why they're poison for us. Another reason would be the omega-6 throws us off, and polyunsaturated is not good for you. But primarily, they are terrible for you. They're endocrine disruptors. There's people that could really, really dive into how bad they are for you. I'm just going to give you the bro science just to make it quick. Yeah, they store themselves in you for 7 years, unlike regular fats. They're made in a factory. They're bleached, refined, put through all sorts of chemical processes. Uh, you know, they're the culprits for cancer, diabetes, obesity, etc. So they've been putting these things, these seed oils, in chips, donuts, dressings, breads, French fries, basically all processed snacks, and then all fried foods now. The foods that are fried at the restaurants generally are fried in these seed oils. So that could be why the testosterone's gone down a great deal, along with other factors. There's a lot of factors, but this is a big key. And my answer to that would be, as a blue collar guy, I have to, grab quick food sometimes. Um, you got to keep disciplined. So if you're out and about, say, you're some DPW guy grabbing, uh, you know, a Cumbies pizza with a bag of hot fries, some Ruffles and a donut, you shouldn't be doing that. I just had to think of something to get on the fly at a gas station. You grab cheese sticks, some beef jerky, chocolate milk. If they have some butter, you should eat the butter. You should not be eating these products because they are from the great Satan, the great Satan of the corporatocracy that wants you to be a sick dog that will buy pills from them to feel better. And I probably sound like such a conspiracy theorist to some of these people. Um, Yeah, they want you to be sick. Uh, they want you to be unhealthy. They want you hormonally deregulated. Just don't eat it. Just keep discipline. Try to find some sort of alternative. Try not to eat the processed stuff. Try to eat simple stuff. Even, sometimes you have no choice, but it is what it is. The extreme thing to do when you have no choice but to eat shit food is to fast. It will sharpen your mind and soul. That's what I put it as a note. I personally am a bulking guy, so it's hard to fast, but I will if I have to. Next thing is plastic is destroying your testosterone. These things are endocrine disruptors as well. They're getting into water, getting into your plastic jug. They're getting into everything, um, cooking products, etc. Um, BPA just, I'm sorry, the FDA just, put some outrageous amount of BPA that's allowed in your water now as a spec that they don't think is dangerous, but a lot of people have said that it's actually terrible, that are very high qualified. And the fact that you could be drinking this every day, the fact that it would add up and add up and add up, no wonder why there's so many people with cancer. But the alternative to not drinking plastic all the time, what I do at work, this is a game changer. I got a metal jug. I fill it with water every day. It's easy. It's good. It's nice. It gets you in the habit. And then also cook in a cast iron with a metal spat. Don't be melting that rubber spat and eating the microplastics from that. You got to avoid the microplastics. That's the name of the game in this modern world. And then obviously you can't do this all the time, but if you're in the habit of filling your metal jug, then you're going to be reducing your exposure greatly, which is the goal. And then another thing is, depending on your situation, if you have shitty tap water or shitty well water, or depending on where you are, you don't trust it, you maybe haven't tested it, whatever. Um, Due to local farms have glyphosate runoff, junkyards and landfills runoff, um, birth control getting flushed in every septic around you, going into the water table, which has absolute estrogenal compounds, which are washing into your food and water. Um, I wouldn't like that. I personally just started distilling my water maybe 6 months ago. I'm not I'd say about half the water I drink is distilled. The other half, sometimes I just can't do it just because of the swing of things. I can't go home and grab it, whatever. I'm still way ahead of the game by distilling half of it. The fact that there's a lot of work on distilled water pulling things out of you because it's not bonded with anything yet. It'll bond to heavy metals in you. It'll help pull toxins out of your body way faster. Um, so it's good. But when you drink distilled water, you got to make sure you have a salty diet. You got to be getting electrolytes with your food. So that's just one thing. You can get a water distiller for $87. Just look up water distiller. I have one exactly like this. So next slide. You got to cook at home properly, like I just talked about with the cast iron and the metal spatula. Uh, but also to avoid the seed oils, this is the fix. You got to cook with butter, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, beef tallow, or bacon grease. It's a wide range of substitutes that will not be shriveling you up like an effing grandma. Okay. We want to be studs. We don't want to be destroyed by the seed oils. So you got to use animal fats or olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. That's the fats that will be in balance with your primal diet, be in balance with your evolution, be in balance with, you know, your human biology. So that's what's important. Keep yourself a stud. And then also the shampoos and soaps that are in the modern world have so many compounds in them, like things that are basically plastic, things that are industrial made, you know, um, I would say byproducts of other industries like petro industry, other, you know, chemicals that they can't get rid of. There's titanium dioxide, and a lot of the stuff. I just don't use it. It's about the same price to buy something like Dr. Squatch. You can get that at Walmart or online. And then for toothpaste, it's a whole other video. But avoid fluoride. That's also another thing that they're putting in public water. I have the Alex Jones toothpaste, but you can also get a toothpaste that I believe they have at CVS. It's the Hello. It's a charcoal. It's good. It's good stuff. It's fluoride free. Fluoride is also something that inhibits more spiritually your pineal gland right here. That's a whole other story. But there's also work on it affecting your hormones and sleep and other regulations, circadian rhythm, things like that. So this is the fixed diet, the diet to revolt against the modern world. You're going to eat red meat, lamb, uh, bison, and cow steaks. You're going to eat red meat, eat liver, and then ideally grass fed, but it doesn't really matter. If you want to save money, don't have to. The cows have four stomachs, so they clean pesticides and clean, you know, say they're feeding it corn with pesticides on it. The cow has four stomachs. It's cycling a lot and cleaning a lot. So it's just get on the carnivore diet. Eat a lot of chicken eggs, you know, try to eat organic eggs. I have eggs in my backyard because I have 9 chickens. Feed them all the family's table scraps, and then supplement with feed. Also let them out. They make great, great uh, protein, zinc, you know, all kinds of vitamins that are good for you. You're supposed to eat it. It's good. Drink raw milk. It's not boiled, so there's more protein, vitamins, good bacteria, and fats. Like I said, distill your water if you need to, depending on your situation. And then for carbs, eat white rice and raw honey. The wheat that's in America, not in some other, in, you know, other countries, but pretty much just in America, is sprayed with glyphosate, which is a pesticide, and atrazine. And they're kind of interchangeable in the industry. It's a pesticide that turns frogs gay, which is concerning because you look around and you see the testosterone declining. You see people that are clearly not well in the head and not well hormonally. They have gender dysphoria or some sort of mental illness. One could speculate that because these frogs are being hormonally reversed with these pesticides, that they're trying to do it to humans. So I definitely would stay away from glyphosate sprayed products, which is wheat and corn. Your substitute of the carb, white rice and raw honey. I mean, those are still great. They taste great. If you still crave carbs, it's something that will satisfy it. So this is me where I get raw milk. This is me boxing, revolting against this modern world. And then that's some honey, and that's some steak. This is the fix. That was the fix for your diet. This is the fix for, you know, actually taking action and, you know, getting things into place for your exercising. Um, Obviously, you're going to have work and business practices that you need to fit in between, but just for your body, just for building testosterone, you're going to have some sort of training just to get your hormones flowing for generating stress on your muscles and getting them to um, you know cut out fat, create more muscle. That's just generally getting out of your mind, getting into your body, becoming a healthy man, or a healthy woman. Just that's exercise is healthy. What a shocker. um, you could weightlift, you could do boxing, you could do MMA, any of your choices. I was weightlifting. Now I've switched over to Muay Thai and MMA training. Not gaining a lot of muscle from it, but personally, it's something that I chose to do. I might even be losing muscle, but it's a personal choice, and I'm eating enough to maintain a good amount of it. The next is the last. So, a key point would be, so you got to avoid the plastics, you got to avoid the pesticides, which are sprayed on all this processed food. The derivatives of the corn and the soy and the wheat that are basically the soy. It has literal synthetic estrogens in it. Don't eat it. And then avoid the plastics, like I just said, the pesticides. And then for what you're gonna eat, you got to eat animal products that aren't sprayed with that crap, and that our ancestors have been eating for thousands of years. How do you survive a winter in you know the northern hemisphere? You can't survive it off of avocados shipped from the third world. You don't have bananas falling onto your lap. You've got to keep an animal in the stall, shelter it, feed it grains, um, or hay bales that you've stored, and then you get to kill it or milk it, or you have to hunt, which is much more difficult. People pretty much can only survive on agriculture consistently. Hunting is um, a much more difficult way of doing that, of surviving. So eat largely, basically a carnivore diet with honey and white rice. You can eat some fruits, but they're going to have pesticides on it. Is what it is. Just rinse them, and you'll get some of it off. And then also, you've got to drink raw milk. Distill your water. Make sure you're drinking clean water, no fluoride, no crap. And then I'd say that's about it. It's like the 80-20 rule. If you do most of that, you're going to be increasing your testosterone. You're going to be becoming the man uh, that you want to be in the mirror, even if it's slowly. And that's something that you should strive for. So I think that's something that I could leave it at. Um, Becoming a hyper masculine version of yourself. That's a big thing to tackle. But I did this way right here. I just tackled how to do it holistically with your diet. And thank you.